Hello everybody, this is X299. Going ahead and doing my fantasy football update. I didn't do it last week. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of people are watching these fantasy football videos, but I wanted to go ahead and make another one because I've been doing it all season long. Wanted to go ahead and go back over what happened in week 14. Basically, I stomped all over Viking Pap. He has a losing record. I don't think he even logged on to change out his starters or anything like that. As you can see, he had a couple of guys on. That guy was on injured reserve. I think that was the only one. But anyway, I'm obviously still playing the game, and I beat him pretty good here, 120 to 65. Improved my record to 11-3, knocked him down to 3-11. So what happens here if we go back to the league? We see here that we're going into the playoffs for this fantasy football league, and we got 2 games here. 6 teams have been knocked out. Just 4 teams remaining. Got T Money number 1 overall. I think he's got like a 12-2 record or something like that, and he's going up against T Bronc. So they are Bronc. I mean, for the Denver Broncos. Yeah, T Money's got a 12-2 record, and they are predicted to have a close game with Den Bronc this weekend. So I want to go ahead and take a quick look and see who their starters are, because this is the other 2 playoff teams here. Aaron Rodgers and Roger Wilson for Russell Wilson for quarterbacks on both teams. DeMarco Murray, running back. We know what a sensational season he's having for the Cowboys as one of the running backs. Bell, the second running back in the league, is on T Money's team. He's got Wes Welker, Larry Fitzgerald, Antonio Gates, Marshawn Lynch, Dan Bailey, one of the better kickers in the league right now. He's at over 90% on his field goal attempts. And Dallas scores quite a few points, so always predicted to be up there in points. Seahawks defense, 49ers defense. And then, Den Bronc has John Vereen for New England, Jackson, Terrius Thomas, Antonio Brown for Pittsburgh, Martellus Bennett is a tight end, which is not a bad choice at all. Randall Cobb for Green Bay, lighting it up with Aaron Rodgers over on the Green Bay offenses here. And then Gould for the kicker for the Chicago Bears. A couple of really good solid fantasy football teams. They're playing each other, and both of them are predicted to score right around 115. That should be a close matchup. We'll see who wins that one. And then if you look at my playoff game, it's basically win it or lose it. And I'm 11-3 going up against the 10-4 team and him's heavy hitters. So I would be at the at-home team, right? Doesn't matter here in fantasy football. So I need to make some choices here on what I want to do. These choices could be critical if the game comes close. He has a couple of guys he needs to switch out. This guy, a couple of injured reserve guys, Bradshaw and Quick. I don't even know if this guy's still playing fantasy football, if he's still logging in to make changes. But tonight's the game, and kickoff is in less than an hour. So, I'd hope he'd get this done if he has guys that are, he needs to play. Look at all those bench guys, though. He has some guys not practicing and stuff like that. Deshaun Jackson, even with him to practice, I think I'd still be starting him. He has, I thought, a receiver. Yeah, I'd put Deshaun Jackson in over him, over Quick, because I don't even think he's going to be playing. He's predicted to get no points. We know Tony Romo doesn't practice on Wednesdays. That's not a big deal there. I think he's probably going to have a big game against Philadelphia. I'm hoping the Cowboys win, because this is basically a must-win game for the Cowboys. If they don't beat Philadelphia and at least split the games with Philadelphia, then Dallas is probably going to be sitting at home this year as well and not making the playoffs. So anyway, yeah, if the Cowboys don't win Sunday, they're going to go home and die. They're not going to be in the playoffs. More than likely, probably a 90% chance they don't make the playoffs if they don't beat Philadelphia. Dallas is going to come through big. I think Dallas is going to beat Philadelphia, and Tony Romo is going to have another good game. So I'm going to leave him in, even though Brady is up against Philadelphia and predicted to score more points. I'm going to stick with Tony Romo at quarterback. LaShawn McCoy against Philadelphia, against that Dallas defense, he's probably going to have a big game. It'd be silly to try to take him out. Julio Jones, Mike Smith, encouragingly noted Thursday, there's a good chance that Jones will be ready to play this weekend. Even though suggests it'll be a game-time decision, I'm going to go ahead and leave him in. If there's a 50% chance he's going to play, he's probably better than anybody else. So I'm going to go ahead and leave him in. I'm going to definitely leave A.J. Green in for Cincinnati. Larry Donnell against the Giants, 11.3 prediction. I think I'm going to go ahead and swap him out for Zach Ertz. I don't know. Maybe Zach Ertz has a good game against Dallas. You know what? I think I'm going to stick with Larry Donnell against Washington. I think that's probably going to... I think he might have maybe a touchdown or something like that. I don't know that Zach Ertz will get one against Dallas. Golden Tate here. Everything looks pretty solid. I don't even have another defense. I'm going to stick with the Lions anyway. And Kwiatkowski is about the best option I have as kicker anyway. I don't even have another kicker. I don't know anybody else that I would start except for maybe Zach Ertz. And I think I'm going to stick with Donald. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with my lineup as it is. And you see here that he needs to probably swap out these injured reserve guys and get those swapped out, or it's probably not even going to be a close game. You just never know. Drew Brees is probably going to have a monster game, and Arian Foster could have a huge game. Mike Evans for Tampa Bay. Gutowski, the tight end for the Patriots, is probably going to have a huge game. But I see me as winning this game, even if he swaps out these guys for whoever he has down here. I see me winning this game. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen in football, so you just never know. But if I win this game, then I will be in the fantasy football championship, or whatever you call it, against the winner of that other tight game, Denver Bronco T-Money. So it's going to be interesting in this fantasy football league. If you're watching, be sure you comment below who do you think is going to win this game. Obviously, give me a prediction before the games happen. What do you think of this fantasy football season? It's only the second time I've ever played fantasy football. I guess I did pretty good because I made it to the championships of the playoffs here, and we'll see what happens. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. This has been Zaxter99. Take care, everybody.